Hi guys, here from Pax Europiana from the Center of Austrian Power. This is the Austrian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, this is Interior Affairs, this is the Austrian Presidential Palace, and this is the Austrian Chancellorship. This is basically the center of the Austrian government district. It's the Austrian Day for Ukraine. It's very big solidarity of the people. They are full of solidarity because it's an outrageous war and a terrible crime, and the Austrians are compassionate Europeans. They feel with their European friends. But it's different in the government. Of course, you know, after the war, even the president, the pro-Russian president, the pro-Russian prime minister, they made a lot of nice statements, you know, because they expressed the will of the people, and they are also human beings. They don't want to have this war, and they were also surprised and shocked. So human impression they have, I don't denounce that. But politically, Austria still is neutral. There's no flag of Ukraine up here. Austria is still buying Russian energy, very much of it, and is paying actually with the war. There's higher prices, so the overall volume in financial transactions has increased massively, and so we are funding Russia's war. And they are blocking the EU energy embargo, which most of the Europeans want, but Hungary and Austria and Germany, and of course Germany and Austria are important countries, and so it's not happening. Why it's not happening? And I want to explain it a bit, because it's, you know, in a market, when you have the infrastructure, the pan-European infrastructure, which there is, because we are now preparing 20 years for this moment already. I was myself working in the European Parliament on energy independence questions in the beginning of the 2000s, and this is all, you know, there were many energy crises already, so the infrastructure is there, pan-European. There's also several kind of lines and pipelines, from trans-Adriatic pipelines, etc. There is a lot of infrastructure already built. So the truth is, in a pan-European market you could, of course it's more expensive, that's the problem. The one thing is it's much more expensive, but the prices have risen anyhow, so it's very attractive also for others of the world to sell us things. But you know, that's now technically doable to stop Russian energy. I think it's well proven. The Germans have made much more progress already. And anyhow, the winter is over, and for the next year I expect our institutions to come together in Europe. We should anyhow buy it, as I say, since many years together. It should be centrally supplied by the European Commission. This is very important, and also the costs must be in this kind of debt deal I propose to soften the blow for the consumers, for the businesses. This is very important, and that's why we have Europe, but this is blocked. And why it's blocked? And here I want to explain the nature of the Russian energy system. The Russian energy system is a blackmail system, but the other way it's also a corruption system. So how it works? You have always this kind of intermediaries, like for example Firtash is the classical case. And there's no need for a Mr. Firtash in the energy between, let's say, the Ukrainian gas company Naftogaz and the Russian gas company. It's no need. They can perfectly fine make a tender and work between two state companies together. But they are not doing it. And where is the need for such a black box? That's the term, black box. Basically you have only for political and corruption reason one person in between, and he gets, let's say, 2% or whatever, somehow like that, of this transaction volume, which is no kind of services in between. The only reason is a black box. That means he has then a lot of money, really a lot of money, which he can then invest in the host market again, and that's his task, or to buy political compliances, and complicity. That means basically he's buying the political elite of the country where he is targeted to have this black box system. So basically you go into one country, you get this contract, because basically Russia, Putin is deciding who is the oligarch on the spot. In Austrian case it's of course Deripaska and Firtash, the most famous one. There might be others, but they are the front men who have the task to take care of the Austrian political elite. And then they buy into the system, like with good jobs, like Mr. Schüssel got the Lukoil job, and you know, it should be from all parties. Kern has now resigned from his railway job, Mrs. Kneißl is still on the Rosneft, and so they buy them like this. But they also do it in the civil society, in the Russian-Austrian society, in a lot of these kind of soft underbelly events, you know, political parties obviously, they are also funded like this. And then, of course, personally, you know, they buy people, they buy politicians, and that's how it works. And then, obviously, you are blackmailable, because Putin always works like this. The Russians in general work like this. Once you take money, you're part of the systema. So you are, then the documentation is there that you are their man, yeah? And then you have to stay their man, because they could blackmail you. It works like that. And the reason why they don't want to break these contracts now, because it would be them to break it when you ban it, and that's why they will never do that, because Putin has paid them so much money that they will never be, he will blackmail them. He will then say, oh, I gave you this 1%, and now you have to secure my contract. That's the way. And so they are all very afraid that all the things which they have done, especially since 2014, but already now, of course, it goes to 2006 mainly, to the first big energy crisis and to the time when Schüssel lost power. Then he was starting massively with this, and he is the man organizing all these things. And of course, since 2014, and especially since the Nord Stream 2 deal, basically the deal was always, and I've said it many times already, there will be no further aggression in Ukraine, but Putin can sell his energy, and that is the way it happened. Yeah? And so ultimately, this is the way, this is the real reason. Yeah? This is the real reason. It's huge financial complicity with Russia. And that's why we don't have the Ukrainian flag up there. That's why we are basically not delivering anything meaningful financially or technically. Some helmets, it's very nice, yeah. Some many things, yeah. That's for a state with 9 million people in the moment of war, of course, minimal. But there are some things, of course, because there is such huge solidarity and it's also such a big crime. But compared to what it should be, it's only minimal. And that's the reason. It's compromise, it's blackmail, it's corruption, and that's the logic of this tragedy. But it will end, I hope, because Ukraine will win, and we will very soon ban all Russian energy. It will be much cleaner, greener, better political system and environment without Russia, without Russian energy in Europe and in Austria. Politics will be better and everything will be cleaner from the environment and from the political context. And so I call for a complete ban of Russian energy and for a cleanup of the Austrian political system. Bye.